just getting to factory gym. We're gonna go work out with Miss Neek. Stoked. Leg day. Let's go.
Don't feel like talking right now.
We're trying something new today with a voiceover with
Eli the Exploder.
and that girl squats. So
I don't know why I said it like that.
so let's get into it. We are working out with Miss Neek, and because of copywriting issues, even though we have fun conversations that we would love to have you a part of, I don't want to get copyrighted. So let's go with it. We first started off with the gluteator, which was super aggressive. Eli was having a little bit of issues, mostly because he's never used it before, right?
Yeah, I've always seen these and been intimidated. I've honestly only been, very seriously in the gym for a little bit over a year or such, year and a half at most. And whenever I saw any kind of abductor machine like this, I was immediately intimidated. And honestly, I saw a lot of ladies use it all the time. So I'm like, oh, it's probably for like your butt or something. I didn't realize what it was for. So I never really got on one, and this was, for the honest truth, my first time on an abductor machine for your legs. And
you'll actually see them talking about it whenever like Neek is like pulling at her legs, and then you see like a video of you two laughing at each other because you're telling her the story. Actually.
Yeah, and especially this one, the gluteator, it's very aggressive. How it has a downward motion too, as opposed to the other one that's just flat and horizontal. The motion, and then with actual weights, it was fun though. It was a good first machine, a cool first machine to
Yeah, see right here, this is whenever you're saying that you've never been on one of these things.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun because, again, I think this is the reason why we are gonna do so well in this prep, is because we hang out with strong ass people like Neek who are always pushing us, and obviously we see
absolutely
the rest of the team that is working and
Ross and stuff, around
Ross, Maddie, Arthur, even, who's brand new to the team.
Yeah,
they're inspirational for all of us, and working out with other people that like to work out is fun, because I never liked working out with other people because I just felt like it was wasting my time. And you can obviously see that we talk a lot in this, but you'll see at the end of this video like how much we actually burned this day. It was a good ass workout, and we ended up there for like 3 hours, right?
Yeah, it was like a 3-hour workout, and it flew by, and we still hung out for a bit, and I was posing for a little bit. Like it was definitely a good workout. This is a great gym to get a nice hard workout in like that as well. Factory Gym, shout out out in Buda, Texas. It's a beautiful facility. They're expanding as well. They have another section that they're building right now. It's all Arsenal equipment. It's all
just top of the line.
Top of the line. They just got a couple Panada machines, and by a couple I mean like 6 Panada machines.
And they're constantly adding because they are expanding, obviously. But then we were actually supersetting the gluteator with these abductors, and then we were there for a good minute. Also, like, mind you, like, yeah, I know 3 hours for a workout necessarily isn't what normal people can fit into their day, but this was on the weekend, and also there's 3 of us and we're all doing the same workouts, and then we also had to wait for a couple of machines, so it did take some additional time.
Yeah, and I mean, we had already gone out there. It's a little bit out of the way for us. Not really. It's a cool little drive, but we went out there, so we might as well take advantage of the time we're there. We don't always get to work out here. It's a blessing every time we get to go.
Yeah, we'll be back in July for sure. And honestly, like, sooner.
We'll probably sneak a weekend in there, just
here and
to.
there. Speaking of teams, you'll see us laughing a lot right here, but it's because we just realized that we all had the exact same Team Blum cups, and Neek was like, Team Blum, but then we didn't get it on camera. I think right now we're just like finishing up our last set.
Yeah, I think at one point I realized that we were supersetting because I was not aware.
Yeah.
And I had to make up on a couple sets of the abductor machine as well, the horizontal one.
And then we moved over to this hip thrust. I have a hip thrust at my gym that I go to like almost every day. But this one is a lot different. Like the one that I use, you basically get roller coastered in, and then this one, it has like a really deep hole, so getting out of that hole is a struggle and a half, but definitely great glute pump. I felt like I was feeling it a lot more in my quads for some reason.
I agree. I think it was because especially myself, I had way too much range of motion at first. I was taking it way too far down.
Look at little cute Nick.
But if you look at it, like I feel like I had a little bit too much range of motion at first. I wasn't going high enough, and see how arched up she is in that one. Yeah, I wasn't getting anywhere near there, so I feel like that's why I was feeling it in my quads.
And I actually tried to hit this weight, and it didn't really go too well. You'll see that here in a second. LOL. Trying to keep up with the big girls. I look so pale. But then I just dropped the weight a little bit because you got to scale for life. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was something that Neek kept repeating too. She was like, don't try to hit my weights if you can't. Like, don't ego lift. We want to make sure that you're getting the proper movement in and also not getting hurt.
Yeah, you get a more quality lift doing a better form on a more comfortable weight.
And again, but we still, even though we didn't go as high as Neek all the time, we still definitely challenged ourselves. And with this guy, we only went on this leg curl machine for like one set because we're actually waiting for the seated leg curls. But we still got some footage, so I wanted to use it anyways. Because look at that donk-a-donk. I had to completely adjust the legs because I'm a short queen.
Funny story, actually. This week, I was half asleep at the gym on, what was that, Tuesday, I believe. And I had hamstrings again because I hadn't trained hamstrings in forever.
Since this day, which was early April.
Yeah, and I walk in the gym super autopilot and sit on the leg extension machine on accident, and I'd start warming up, and I was just like, oh, Eli, come on, wake up. I jumped over to the leg curl machine after that and got started.
So he essentially just did a whole set of workouts, like, for no reason, but it's okay.
It was cool. It was a nice little leg warm-up in general. Why not?
Why not? Why not? I feel like we have a lot of footage on the leg curl machine for some reason. But really, really appreciated this time with Neek because at this point, we saw her like every week for 5 weeks just because it was first the posing seminar. Then it was the Phil Heath. Then it was...
Oh, and then the week before that, we saw her at Factory Gym as well. Before we got to work out with her.
Yeah.
We saw her there at the Factory Gym birthday.
Oh, yeah. So we saw her at the posing seminar for Storm Classic. Then we saw her at Factory Gym for the Factory Gym birthday. Then we saw her at the Phil Heath show, obviously, because we were helping her backstage. And then that following week, we came back out to the Factory Gym to come and see her. I'm freaking stoked. I think she's about like 54 weeks out. Not 54. 34 weeks out now from Nationals.
That's cool. That's a big deal.
She's going to bring home the bacon.
I feel like I always make funny faces when I work out.
Yeah, if you're not making funny faces, you're not trying hard enough.
I guess you're right.
Yeah. I always make funny faces, and I feel like for years I didn't post my photos or only showed like my butt out of it because also showing my butt. But I was scared to make ugly faces, and that also is probably why I'm not stronger. Nah, I'm not stronger because I just cut a ton of weight last year. I was actually pretty strong, which makes me sad. I think my highest squat was like 350-ish.
Jeez.
And I was pulling like 400, so I'm getting back up there. This was fun. This is
a
like
cool machine.
a hip press. It's a leg press, hip press. I know Urs usually uses it.
Yeah,
The Miracle Bear.
they have a couple of these bad boys out at Roman Empire in League City.
Shout out to Roman
Another
Empire.
beautiful gym. But yeah, these are really cool machines. At first, I felt like I could lift the entire planet with that bad boy, and then we threw some more weight on there, and it got kind of heavy.
Just a little heavy.
A little heavy.
So you'll notice that we tend to have our legs hip width apart or a little bit outwards from there, and then we always have our feet pointed to like also outwards. And that's just to contract our glutes a little bit more. And then after all of this fun, we had some heavy ass good mornings.
Yeah, and this is another machine that I usually just use it as a hack squat, facing the other direction. But so I jump on it and I start trying to squat it, and
We're all laughing.
they correct me real quick. And yeah, these are fun. I honestly never thought of this as a variation to good morning. I just think of it, doing it with a barbell.
Yeah, and some uncut footage, or like we didn't record it. I guess that's the word. We did have some like pause reps of deadlifts too, RDLs.
Yeah.
And then we also did some calves, and then Eli had some of his other workouts. We found a friend. I don't remember his name, so sorry, I can't shout you out. But this is pretty much our workout. Love Unique. And like I said, we definitely hit it hard. And I think we burned around over 1,100 calories that day. So it was a long day, but it was a good day.
Yeah, it was a great workout. We're definitely feeling it, but it was a lot of fun. See you guys later.
Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you soon.
Later.